Alright, more work on the Vic here. I got this side off. Took the brakes off because they were locking up, and you couldn't turn the wheel. I'm also replacing the sway bar end links there, but got the caliper off. I know it wasn't because the caliper wouldn't slide. It was because the piston was getting stuck in here. I popped the piston out. I don't know if you can see that seal around the bottom, but it's kind of boogered up in there, so I'm thinking that was part of my problem. So what I'm going to do, clean that up, and I got a new seal kit for it. Throw that in and see if it moves free now. Figure a seal kit for $2 is better than a caliper for 20. So throw it in, and hopefully it'll work. Alright, well now I got the caliper itself cleaned up a little bit. Clean enough for that seal to sit in there. I got that old seal out, and you can see, I think, a little bit more clearly now, hopefully, where it's been, looks like it's stuck to the piston and rolled up, and that's why it wasn't coming back. So, I guess I forgot to mention how to get these out, these pistons. What you do is you put a block of wood in here, and you flip it over like this, and you have a block of wood in the bottom, and you just put air to the where the brake line comes in, and they pop out. Real simple. So now what I'm going to do is go ahead and lube this up a little bit with some brake fluid. Make sure I got it all cleaned out. Clean out good enough anyway. And then put the new seals in. And then I'm going to go ahead and clean off this piston and put that back in. And put it back on the car, see if it works. Well, I got her back together, but the brake still locks up. So yeah, that kind of sucks. I think I'm just going to go ahead and throw the whole shebang at her. New calipers, rotors, pads, bearings, lines, and just say to hell with it. It'll work with all new stuff. I know it's not the wheel bearing because you take the caliper off and it spins free. I know it's not the caliper itself, it's not sliding because when the piston's retracted, it'll slide fine. And I know it's not somewhere further up the system because you can take the line off and it's still, it's still stuck on. So I'm just gonna replace it all. Say to hell with it. I'm already balls deep in this car. What's a little more? But yeah, I got quite a few projects, so we'll push this one out for now, or drive it out. I guess I don't need to push it. But then next up is my grandpa talked to me yesterday. He's got a 2000 Grand Marquis. In the rear, he's got the air ride, air leveler shit, and the back end's just sitting on the ground. So I'm gonna look at that Monday. I got a transmission in my uncle's Ranger he wants me to rebuild, so I'll be doing that. My brother's Seneca, we figured out the front wheel cylinder in the front we're figuring is leaking, so probably do all those. I got to get my Oldsmobile fixed one of these days. I'm going to do a transmission flush on the, filter change and a fluid change on the LTD there. My car, I got to get around that someday. The exhaust, as you can see, is falling off. At least I think you can see it. And I got the duck waddle in the back, so I think one of the tires is shot there. Still got a wicked shake in the front. It's like you drive down the road and feels like you got automatic seat vibrators there, massage chair. So I got to take care of that. I got to part out 3 vehicles of mine out back. One of them being the van. My dad gave it to my uncle, so I'm taking the motor out of it and the transmission. And my dad wants the seats, and then my uncle's gonna take the rest. Oh boy, what else? I gotta do the transmission in the truck. I gotta get the garden in. I gotta clean up my pump. Got the filter out. I gotta dump that out. Full of shit. Oh, I think there's more. I have quite the list, but yeah, I have plenty to do. So this thing's just gonna get rolled out for a couple weeks, maybe. I don't know if I'll pull it in between my grandpa's car and the transmission I'm doing in my uncle's truck. That's what I want to get done first. But well, we'll see. I guess you get to look forward to all that stuff.